That's right, and this was such a great event. We all know how expensive it is to live here in San Diego, and we also know how expensive it can be to move. And these military personnel members, their families, sometimes are moving a dozen times during their careers. So today, volunteers banded together to help out.
We got a little bit of mixed berry granola. We got some brown sugar.
More than 100 volunteers joined forces on the flight deck of the USS Midway Museum, filling pantry boxes for military families.
We got some applesauce. Who wouldn't want this? And absolutely, we got some Chobani super milk as well. So all of the basic needs.
Military families move about every 2 to 3 years, and in that move, unless they take all the food in the car with them, they end up having to donate the pantry items. And so when they come somewhere new, they need to restock that. So we're here to help ease that burden a little bit.
Maggie Meza is the executive director of the San Diego chapter of Blue Star Families, the nonprofit that organized the Restock Your Pantry event. Today they teamed up with Target to put all of this together. Bullseye the dog was even there, bringing smiles to people's faces.
Military families, about 600,000 every single year move, and they come to a new community. And 70% of our military families actually live off the base. They're our neighbors.
San Diego is home to some of the highest number of military families in the country, and a lot of service members are young enlisted personnel who may be having a tough time financially with the high cost of living here. Today, volunteers filled 650 boxes, which will go out to local Navy, Marine Corps, and Coast Guard families, an effort to make the transition of relocating a little easier, and also to show them this community cares.
It's hard, but when you find a community like this that really has your back and does their part to support you, it really doesn't seem so bad.
And Maggie, the woman you heard from right there, says on average, military families spend about $1,000 out of pocket every time they move, and they are not reimbursed by the military for that money. So you can really imagine the cost does add up. Anna and Steve.
I love seeing all the smiles on their faces as well. I mean, you think about how many times these families move. Not only is that an issue, but think about these kids changing schools every time, Kelly.
Yeah. That's right, and Maggie talked about that as well. Her family has 3 children, and she says they've moved 15 times during her husband's military career. She said one of the years her daughter was actually a senior in high school and had to start at a new school, so it can be really tough. She had to make all new friends. She said she tried to keep it as positive as possible, trying to frame it as every time they moved, they were going on a new adventure.
A new adventure, but that's so hard for a 17-year-old girl to understand. Wow, so hard for these families. It's really a sacrifice for the families, too. Kelly, thank you so much.